Sergeant Sparkles here, Hot Mess Discipleship, episode 377, John chapter 12, verse 1 through 8. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus was, the one Jesus had raised from the dead. So they gave a dinner for him there. Martha was serving them, and Lazarus was one of those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took a pound of perfume, pure and expensive nard, anointed Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. So the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. Then one of the disciples, Judas Iscariot, who was about to betray him, said, "Why wasn't this perfume sold for 300 denarii and given to the poor?" He didn't say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. He was in charge of the money bag and would steal part of it, what was put in there. Jesus answered, "Leave her alone. She has kept it for the day of my burial. For you will always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me." Now, Jesus could have put Judas on blast, but he didn't. He understood what was about to happen, the things that the other people in the room didn't know. Now, 300 denarii was a lot of money. That was about a year's worth of wages. Judas could have took a pretty hefty chunk of that if that would have been put in the purse. But Jesus was trying to teach him a lesson. He was trying to get them to understand that in a few days, I'm going to be gone. Like, his burial was coming up pretty soon. And that's what Mary was doing. Unbeknownst to her, she was getting him ready for the burial, because that's what they would do with their bodies. They would wrap them in spices and perfume and things like that. So Jesus told him, "You're always going to have the poor with you, but you're not always going to have me." And he's not talking about poor people that are poor because of their own laziness. He's talking about poor people that are poor outside of their own control. Jesus understood what was about to happen. We know he was crucified for us. And then 3 days later, he rose from the grave. That's why it's important for us to put our trust in him, so we can do the same thing. When we die, go to heaven to be with him. Love you guys.